To get good at anything, the first thing I like to do is just focus on one thing. I'm gonna show you why. If you guys have overload of information, no time, too many distractions, you are not focused. You are trying to learn so many things at the same time. The easiest way to understand it, imagine you wanna build a building. You have a crane here, let me draw a crane. Let's say this is a crane with like a magnet in there, and you wanna make 4 buildings. What you're doing right now is you're focusing on adding one thing here, one thing here, one thing here, one thing here, and basically your buildings are gonna be ready in 4 years. That's when you're not focused, you're doing 4 things at the same time. You're distracted, you lack a focus, you're focusing on so many different things, it's creating confusion in your mind, and you feel like you don't make any progress, so you get lazy and you stop. What I'd rather do instead, focus on one thing, get the 3 other buildings, let them burn, it's fine. You make this one grow, this one grow, this one grow. Now, this building is done. Next up, get this building up. What you're currently doing here is learning a bit of each skill, not mastering anyone, and then you complain that you don't have time when you're overloaded and you can't focus, etc. You're distracted, you're doing too many things at the same time. You can only start living in a building when it's fully built. You're not gonna live in a two-story building when they're building the two next floors. It doesn't make sense. And most of the time, halfway through, you'll give up. If somebody says, yeah, the building will be ready when all 4 are ready, you're just gonna get another building. Whereas if somebody said the building's gonna be ready in a month, and the other one's gonna be ready later, you'll just jump into this one first, and buy the other ones when they're ready. So you need to learn the first skill first, and learn the other ones when you're ready. Let's take the scenario where you're broke. You don't have any money or you don't want to invest into anything. My framework to work and learn anything very quickly is to be a sponge. Sponge for 7 days. Honestly, if you're just learning one skill, I would even slice that and do 3 days. What that means is you go and you watch YouTube videos, you go and you read. It's gonna sound crazy. We're in whole 2026. I'm gonna tell you this and it's gonna blow your mind. You actually go ahead and you read blog posts. Because the things that you are learning are core skills that are mastered by some people. There's some guy who's like a sales nerd, and the only thing he could find to do on his Saturday evening is write a blog post about sales. And there's like 17 people who read it. Well, if you don't make money, you're gonna be the 18th guy who reads it, and you're gonna learn a ton about sales. Applies for every other skill. The reason why I'm saying sponge for 7 days, or 3 days if you have brain rot, is because, first of all, most of the information is gonna be repeated by some other people again and again, and you're gonna start understanding it. For example, if you wanna learn about marketing, you're going to search on YouTube, marketing masterclass, marketing for beginners, how does marketing work? And you spend like 2 hours a day watching videos. I guarantee you, even if you watch 25 YouTubers, 80% of the information they all mention will be the same. And that gives you the core nugget of what marketing is. Now, you understood about the skill set, you're still not good at it. But it's kind of like the room was completely dark, now you just turn like a candle on. So you kind of can navigate your way through it. The next thing, I want to put like a big flashlight on it. And a big flashlight is training it. If you're by yourself, it's gonna sound crazy, but go to ChatGPT and say, I am trying to learn into a skill. So I'm trying to learn sales, I'm trying to learn marketing, I'm trying to learn whatever. I got a bit of understanding on how marketing works, or how sales work, and how tech works, whatever. And I now wanna train the skill. I wanna become better at it. How can I do that? Can you please ask me questions, give me trainings, give me homeworks that very quickly can help me become better at it, and then I'll give it back to you and you'll give me feedback. And that actually helps you train it. For reference, I use this myself. And I run a big company, alhamdulillah. And I still use ChatGPT. And it made me a lot of money. So if you want to make a lot of money as well, trust me, it works. The second thing is very simple, is that you find someone who's already good at it and you pay them to do the same thing that ChatGPT would do, but they would just tailor it to you. But that costs money. So you have free version and paid version. And I advise you to start with the free version. And that takes us to point number 4. And the reason why I said mentor, and I tied that point with somebody who's struggling with accountability, is because the mentors gives you clarity, it gives you feedback, and the biggest thing, it gives you accountability. This is something you have to accept with yourself, that you're not a superhuman, and that if you want to learn something, it might be hard, it might be lazy, it might be difficult. You'll like having someone by your side holding your hand through it. And people, I'm sorry, won't do that for free. But good people could give you clarity, give you feedback, and accountability when it comes to learning something.
All right, real quick, I just want to tell you something very important. Over the years, many of you have come to me and said, look, I want to make hijrah, I want to memorize Quran, I want to do all these things that please Allah, but I'm financially stuck. Abu Lahya, how can you help them?
Yeah, actually this Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm posting a masterclass that I spent over 50 hours preparing, where I share exactly how I've done it, how they can do it too. There's over 2,000 Muslims that already use this method along Barak, and I'm sharing everything but completely free. It's at 7 p.m. UK time or 2 p.m. Eastern time, and it's live. Like literally, you can speak in the chat.
You can get the link below.
Yeah, they can click the link below,
Check
see the slots, and register your spot. It's very important that they show up live because it's a live training.